Let's talk about a hijacked commercial flight. The most bizarre thing about this is that the hijacker was the co-pilot. This is an Ethiopian Airlines co-pilot who hijacked a plane that was bound for Rome and then flew it instead to Geneva, where, according to officials, the co-pilot wanted to seek asylum. There are many Ethiopians who are very interested and in some cases desperate to seek asylum in other countries. The co-pilot thinking, I will hijack the plane of this government-run airline and try to get myself to Geneva. It did not work particularly well. This was a Boeing 767 with about 200 passengers and crew. It took off from the Ethiopian capital and landed in Geneva later than it was supposed to land in Rome. And the most interesting thing about this is that the Yahoo News report about this hijacking said that those on board didn't realize that a hijacking had taken place because the plane was flying normally just to a different destination. However, there's a huge Reddit Ask Me Anything that was done where one of the passengers on the flight said, that is flat out wrong. We were fully aware that the plane had been hijacked. We were sitting there, it was about midnight, and then the oxygen masks drop. We thought it was some kind of a glitch because the plane there was no turbulence, there was no reason to think that we needed those oxygen masks. Shortly after that, we hear a very creepy voice over the intercom saying the plane has been taken over, and then there are some significant descents and ascents and the plane is changing altitude. And then this is the most incredible thing, 6 hours of normal flying, during which at least some of the passengers, including the guy who did the Reddit Ask Me Anything, said, we thought we were just waiting to die. And imagine that, Lewis, 6 hours on a hijacked plane. Seemingly everything is normal on the plane, except that you know it's been hijacked, and you assume it's eventually going to be crashed in some kind of 9/11 type situation. That has to be absolute torture.
Yeah, that is not a pleasant situation, but I wish we had a bit more information. It's interesting that this pilot chose Switzerland. I recently just read that Switzerland is considering closing its doors pretty much to immigrants. And now this guy is seeking asylum there. Very strange story.
A few minutes after landing in Geneva, the co-pilot left the cockpit using a rope and then went directly to the police forces that were surrounding the plane. He announced, I am the hijacker of this plane. It's not immediately clear why specifically he wanted asylum, but as I said, there are many asylum seekers in Ethiopia. Just horror. I don't know what I would do if I was on the plane. The pilot had been locked out of the cockpit when he went to the bathroom. That's when the co-pilot locked him out and hijacked the plane. So if the pilot doesn't even think that they're able to get back into the cockpit to take control, I don't know what I would have done for those 6 hours on that flight.
Yeah, I wonder if this will somehow change security measures on a plane. I mean, now maybe perhaps you will have some type of, I don't know, access code that lets you get in from, the passenger side or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, let's take a break. Next, we will talk Patriot Mail. I also want to talk about a elected official who threw his kid. Don't worry, he's pro-family and he's also pro-life. So nothing to worry about there. We'll take a break. A lot more coming up today. Glad you're with us.